Welcome to Mark's Moments Video Library. These videos are intended for the exclusive use of our agents here at Realty Executives, Arizona Territory. The videos are designed to be a brief overview of frequently asked questions and topics from our agents. If you are in need of a more in-depth discussion on any of the topics in our video library, please call one of our members of our management team. The information on these videos is intended to be used as a guide, not a substitute for legal advice. Thank you. Hello, welcome back to Mark's Minutes. I want to talk about changes in financing during escrow. The contract allows the buyer to make changes in their type of financing within certain timeframes, as long as the change in financing does not delay escrow, incur costs, or in any way adversely affect the seller. Then the buyer is allowed to change their financing, and all they would be required to do is give a notification to the seller. If it is going to delay closing or add any cost to the seller or adversely affect the seller, in that case, the buyer would need to use an addendum instead of a notification, and they would need the seller's permission. If you represent the buyer, and based on what you know at this point in time, that it will not delay closing or increase seller's costs, then you can give the notification. If later on it turns out for some reason it did delay closing because the appraisal took too long or something of that nature, that's okay, because at the time that the buyer made the change in their financing, there was no indication at that time that it would adversely affect the seller or delay closing or increase seller's costs. So one is a notification when the buyer does not need the seller's permission. Again, if they're changing it and they don't believe it will affect the seller adversely. Number two, they would need the seller's agreement in the form of an addendum if it may or will, in fact, adversely affect the seller. Thank you.